us. Lord, as we begin this session, we surrender it in your hands. Fill us all with more of your wisdom and knowledge to share well whatever they have prepared, Lord. And help them to explain well, to present well, to understand everything well, Lord. Take away any sorts of nervousness or fear if they are feeling, Lord. Fill them with your wisdom. Lord, we place this whole session in your hands, their studies in your hands, and all our families in your hands. Once again, we give it all to you and ask this prayer in your name. Amen. Okay, so let's begin. And I will explain one thing to you guys. Okay, see, I have prepared a sheet. Okay, this will be a marking scheme. All right, the marking scheme. Okay, so 5 criterias are there. Okay, will be based on your explanation, your presentation, the questions that you will answer. Okay, then the creativity and clarity. Okay, so these 5 criteria I have decided. Now, explanation part is of 4 marks. Okay, out of the 10, the whole thing is of 10. Okay, the total will be 10, and out of that, 4 marks is on explanation. Out of 4, I will give marks on explanation. Then 2 marks are for presentation. Okay, the way you present it, it's on presentation. Then questions that I will ask, 4 questions per person I'll ask. Okay, can be from any topic from the chapter. All right. Then 2 marks for that, 1 mark for creativity, and 1 mark for clarity. Okay. So 10 marks from out of the total of 10 marks I will give you guys, that you have to you will score. Okay. So I will do the markings. Okay, and let's do the cheat system.
Can we ask
Excuse me,
questions
ma'am?
in between?
Yes, Simran. What's your question?
Can we ask questions in between?
Can you ask questions in between
No,
after the
like in our
presentation?
own presentations.
After a person is can you ask questions to the other students from your own presentation? Of course, Simran. Yes. Okay. You can ask from other students from your own presentation. You can ask questions. Okay. That's completely all right. If you like, after you have presented it, if you want to ask questions to anybody, okay, you can directly ask it, take a name and ask, okay, or you can just say if Anaya wants to answer, she can answer. Abraham wants to answer, he can answer. Okay, that way they can answer. All right. Anything else you wanna ask?
Yes, ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
The questions you will be asking us, it can be from any part of the chapter, right?
Yes. Any part of the chat.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Abraham, you want to ask something? Okay. So
When the other person is speaking, ma'am, what do we do?
sorry, if the other person is speaking,
When the other person is speaking,
when the other person is speaking, you have to listen to what the other person is explaining to you. Okay, you keep your eyes on the screen, what they are presenting, you go through it. Okay, you have to understand it, what the other person is explaining. Okay, because he can ask questions at the end. All right, and I will ask when the whole thing is done. So be focused, be attentive. Okay, and I have the chits ready. Okay, so you guys can see on my hands, I have the chits ready.
I have one.
Let's pick one. Yes, Abraham.
Ma'am, this one. So if we have show a cloth, ma'am, and the cloth's name is mistaken, will we get marks deducted? And we actually don't know whether that cloth is mistaken.
If the cloth's name is
If we-
mistaken,
Yeah, if we like show an example and what we're showing is actually not exactly that, will we get will we
is it related to what you are trying to explain, Abraham, or not?
yes, ma'am. If it's related.
it is related. But the thing is, you don't know what cloth you are using.
Okay, ma'am.
I will see, Abraham, okay? I will see according to the explanation and the example, I will decide. Okay? I will see according to that. So let's begin. Now I am picking up a shift from this. So here goes the first one. And we have you, Abraham. It is you.
Ma'am, my name's first.
Yes, your name is first. Okay. So you can start with your presentation. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
If you guys want me to change you guys to co-host, you can just let me know. Okay. I'll do that.
Mhm. Yes, ma'am. Just give me a minute. I'll just get my exam.
Sure.
I'm just getting my examples ready.
Okay. Be quick, Abraham. Okay. Please be quick. So he has left, I think. Just wait for a bit. So how was the whole preparation went on? How did it went for
It
you?
was fun, but a little tough sometimes, little difficult, but it was fun.
Okay.
I'm not sure that I put everything I had to.
You were not sure that
I'm not sure if I put everything I have to.
if you put everything you have to. Okay. I think you did, Sonia. I think you did pretty much. Yes, Abraham, ready?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, getting the lines from the textbook was a big challenge, ma'am, since you could not send the textbook wire across Gmail, and it was in Adobe Acrobat, so it was not letting you copy the text.
Yeah, it doesn't let you copy the text, the science textbook. I get it. When I make the test papers, we cannot like copy the text in that. So, but it's
So
okay.
you, so you had to type the whole thing.
So I type the whole thing, yes. While I make the science test papers, I type the whole thing.
Now, what I did is I
Because
copied the text. I took a screenshot, copied the text on the phone because the phone that I'm using has a feature to copy on the text, and then I send it via Gmail or WhatsApp to my computer.
Okay. All right. Yes, Amin.
for me, I was able to copy it.
You were able to copy. Okay. So Abraham, you can start. You'll be presenting, right?
I'm just sharing my screen.
Okay.
Mama, later. I'm starting my presentation. Mama, he's on presentation. So, in the hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Abraham.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, Abraham, it is visible.
Ma'am, the full screen or just the PPT?
I can
You
see the
can
full
see your notes also, the presenter view.
Okay. I mean, it's not getting, I cannot take the notes out.
You can enlarge it from that corner button. The two arrows.
Yeah,
If you
the
look at,
two arrows at the bottom.
yeah, that one.
Okay. So, today we're going to do about natural fibers. So, natural fibers. Okay. So, first, our presentation outline is going to be introduction, diversity in clothing, and then we're going to do different kinds of fibers, some plant fibers, and a word. So, let's go to the introduction. We use different types of clothes or fabrics. These fabrics are made from different materials. If we observe them closely, we find that they are made of fibers. So in this presentation, we will describe fibers obtained from plants, learn about the cultivation of jute and how to obtain fibers from them, and the source of woolen fiber. So, okay. So a type of fiber that is obtained from plants, obtained from animals is silk. So can you see what I'm holding here?
You'll have to remove your backdrop.
Yeah.
You'll have to remove your filter for us to see it clearly.
Okay, 1 minute. Yes, Abraham, can you show now?
So this is silk. So this is silk that can be used to make many different things. One such thing you can make is a sari, or you can even make a nice silk hairband that's shown over here. So if you observe them closely, we find that they are made. So now a few fun facts are like, did you know cotton is the largest non-food crop? It's grown in 83 countries. Also, do you know cotton is an ancient fiber which is one of the oldest fibers that humans have? The traces of cotton found at archaeological sites that are over 2,000 years old. Activate. So now we're going to do the diversity in clothing part. So We use variety of clothes. Our dresses like salwar, kameez, kurta, pajama are made of some types of fabrics. Bed sheets, mattresses, blankets, different types of bags, and gunny bags are also made of some kinds of fabric. Some of these fabrics are cotton, some are silk, and some are woolen, and some are synthetic or artificial. So there are basically two types of fibers. One is synthetic and one is natural. But before doing that, we will look at an activity. So in this activity, you can see the splitting of yarn. So if you see clearly, this person, you can take yarn out of a cloth. And so that shows that they are made from certain fibers. If you look carefully, as what I'm showing, this thread has been splitted from the has been split from the actual yarn thread. So you can split them and then you can see all these hairy structures that are coming. These are all fibers. So the two types of natural fibers are synthetic fibers and natural fibers. So first thing I want to know, what's a synthetic fiber? Synthetic fibers are a result of extensive research to improve the properties of naturally occurring animals and vegetable fibers. These synthetic fibers are produced by extrusion of polymer material having synthetic oils to spin it into air. These fiber forming polymers are generally from petrochemicals. Now, you all may ask, what is a spinneret? A spinneret is a machine that spins together synthetic fibers to make them into cloth. So they exhibit a range of desirable qualities such as enhanced durability, strength, and resistance to various environmental factors. Due to these characteristics, synthetic fibers have found widespread applications in numerous industries, including textile, automotive, and aerospace. So, because of the synthetic fibers, they have a lot of characteristics. They have been used in many things, even in aerospace. So moreover, the versatility of synthetic fibers allows for creation of innovative fabrics that can be engineered for specific purposes such as moisture wicking sportswear, flame resistant uniforms, and even medical textiles used in healthcare settings. The development of these materials continues to evolve, driven by ongoing research and technical advancements. So I'm not going to focus on synthetic fibers majorly. I'm I'm here to tell you about natural fibers. So natural fibers are some fabrics such as cotton, jute, silk, and wool that are obtained from plants and animals. These are called natural fibers. Cotton and jute are obtained from plants. Wool and silk fibers are obtained from animals. So in this today we will learn about cotton, jute, and wool. First now we are going to learn about some plant fibers. Plant fibers that are those fibers which we get from plants. These are known as natural fibers which we get. These fibers are naturally from plants. Cotton, jute, flax, etc. These examples of natural fibers are plant fibers. These fibers have been used for centuries in various cultures around the world to create textiles, ropes, and other essential items. Cotton, for instance, is widely known for its softness and breathability, making it a popular choice for clothing and bedding. Dew, often referred to as a golden fiber, is valued for its strength and durability, commonly used in making sacks, mats, and eco-friendly products. It is prized for its natural luster and cooling properties, ideal for summer garments and fine linen. The cultivation and processing of these plant fibers do not only support agricultural practices, but also provide a livelihood for millions of farmers and artisans globally. As the world moves toward a more eco-conscious living, the demand for natural fibers continues to grow, highlighting their importance in creating a greener and a more sustainable future. So cotton. Cotton is obtained from cotton plants. Cotton plants are usually grown at a place shaving black soil and warm climate. Cotton is mainly grown in the fruits in Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, and Gujarat. The fruits of cotton, or cotton balls, are about the size of a lemon. After maturing, the balls burst and open the seeds, covered with cotton fibers, can be seen. Cotton fibers are white, so a cotton field that is ready for picking looks like a field covered with snow. You can see the image of a field covered with cotton balls. This image is being taken from the ground, and I could not find any other image that was taken in the air. But in the air, if you look down, if you're in a helicopter, you may almost see the cotton field as it was as snow has just hit it. So now another process. So cotton is usually picked by hand, and these fibers are then separated from the seeds, called cotton, that are cotton balls, by combing. So this process is using a comb. You have to take the comb and then you have to push it back in front and take out the seeds. The seeds. The process is called this process is called ginning. So not combing. It's called ginning by cotton. Ginning was traditionally done by hand, that means using that comb. But these days, machines are also used for ginning. So you can see this machine, basically there's like a structure underneath, and inside are the cotton seeds and the plants. So then the machine rotates and takes it out. So this thread that is there, it actually connects to a motor that rotates the entire barrel. Now we will talk about jute. Jute is obtained from the stem of the jute plant. In India, it is cultivated during the rainy season. In India, rainy season. Jute is majorly grown in the West Bengal, Bihar, and Assam. Jute plant is normally harvested when it's at its flowering stage. The stems of the harvested plant are immersed in water for a few days. The stems and the fibers are separated by hand. Yarns are made from these fibers. So now you may be asking me, is uh, that why in the rainy season? You can do it any time of the season. The rainy season is because there's the most water. So when water falls the most, you can have a more production of, and jute is produced, you can soak it and then you can get the fibers easily. And there's more water. That means you don't have to pay money. So an example of jute is this bag. So you can see this bag is so when jute is processed, it was made into this bag, a jute bag. So jute is not like a soft material, but it's a little hard and rough material, good for making bags. So now a spinning of cotton yarn or a jute, the process of making yarn from fibers is called spinning. In this process, fibers are drawn with the mass of wool and are drawn out and twisted. This brings the fibers together and to form a yarn. Spinning is done using a tulki, spindle, and a charka. Spinning of yarn on a large scale is done with the help of a spinning machine. Spinning with a tulki is a spinning with a flail. So this is a mistake. This cotton is actually jute. So this jute or even cotton can be that for this instant is spun. So when it's spun, it makes yarn, and you can make clothes. You make clothes out of that yarn. Now we will learn about wool, an animal fiber. So wool is a soft hair that forms the coat on a body of animals. Animals that produce wool are sheep, goats, alpaca, and rabbits. We know that sheep give us wool, but it's not the only animal that gives us wool. Wool is obtained from the fur of animals. Generally, sheep are domain for providing wool, but there's some other mammal species such as goats, camels, and yak that may also provide us wool. And if you go, camels and yak wool may be a little more expensive. So the process of getting wool. The process of getting wool is shearing, scourging, sorting, combing, carding, dyeing, and spinning are all steps in the production of wool. Shearing or removing of the sheep's fleece and a thin layer of skin is the first step in the process of a wool. So, shearing is the process where you remove a sheep's fleece along with a thin layer of skin to obtain wool. It's important practice, but not only provides valuable wool for various products, but also helps to maintain health and the comfort of the sheep. Thing is that in the winter the sheep will need their wool, but in the summer they'll feel very hot. So they could die. It's because of the heat. And regular shaving prevents the wool from becoming too heavy or matted, which will cause discomfort, even health issues for the animal. Skilled shearers use specialized tools to ensure this process is as quick and stress-free as possible for the sheep. Next one is scousering. Scousering is a washing step that removes. Scousering is a step that is a process is a washing step that removes contaminants from a wool before it's used as a textile fiber. It involves immersing the wool in a series of baths filled with water, detergents, sometimes mild alkaline solutions to effectively eliminate dirt and other impurities. This step is as crucial as it ensures the wool is clean and ready for serve for processes like reeling. So as you can see now, this is a this all this conveyor belts is basically washing the wool. All these machines are washing the wool. Next one is next one. The next one is drying. So in the next step, the hair of the wool are dried. Before drying, small fluffy fibers are picked up from the hair. These are called blurs. These are the same blurs which sometimes appear on your sweater. So you may just get these little blurs on your sweater. These are pulled out from the wool so that they don't cause too much of a not nice look. So dyeing. Now fibers are dyed in various colors such as the natural fleece of sheep and goats is because the natural fleece of sheep and goats are brown or white, and nobody will want a white sweater. Mostly they would want another color. If they want pink or a blue, they'll have to dye it. And then the last part is reeling. So the last step that's reeling, the fibers will first be straightened, combed, and then rolled into yarn. So I want to show you some examples. So this is basically yarn of a sheep. This is a yarn. So this thing is basically come from a sheep. Now, so this cloth can be made from a sheep. So this is not actually knitting. This is a type of knitting called crochet. So this can be made from a yarn. That is this. And if you can see, like in the first activity, you can slowly pull out the yarn. Okay, so now to conclude, what did we learn? So now I want to tell you what types of sheep are there in India. So there are the Deccani sheep, the Madhya sheep, the Nellore sheep, the Marathi sheep, and the Kambatpur sheep, and the Gadi sheep. These are all types of sheep that are there in India. Now to summarize. So basically what we learned is that we learned about introduction, diversity in clothing, different kinds of fibers, some plant fibers and wool. With that, I would like to say thank you.
Okay, Abraham. Very good. Great work. So, anybody wants to ask any questions to Abraham right now?
I had a question, but I forgot.
You forgot.
I
Can
have
you
a
remember?
question, Abraham.
Okay. You can ask him.
The last step you mentioned on processing fibers into wool, is it called relling or is it called reeling? Because you have spelled it, huh?
Reeling.
Reeling, okay. Isn't this, okay, thank you.
Okay. So, Simon, can you remember your question?
No, it was written on one of the slides, but I forgot. I meant to ask later, but then I was thinking about the rest of what he was saying, so I forgot.
It's okay, no issues. Abraham, you want to ask them anything? You
Yeah,
can
now
go.
I remember my question. It was, what is a tuckly or whatever, however that is pronounced?
Can you take us to that slide, Abraham? The spinning one, I think it is. Yes, this one. Can you unmute yourself? Abraham, you are muted. Just unmute yourself.
So, Simeon, are you talking about this, Takri? So
Yeah, the tuckly.
it's basically a needle-like thing, so that you take it the thing over there, and with hand one by one, you slowly get the needle thread. Then also you can see the chakra. The chakra is basically the one that you use more of. It's more faster, where you can sort the thread out. Also, another thing is machines can also be used to do this. Okay, now I want to ask you all some questions. My first question is that who remembers the two types of fibers?
Synthetic fibers and natural fibers.
Okay, the next question is that if so, how else is cotton? Like how? What are the steps of wool? Like how? What are the steps? What are the main steps for getting wool from the sheep?
You want to try, Simon?
Washing, drying, and then um, ginning. I'm not sure if that is, but you have to separate that, and then you separate the burrs, and then you then you spin it, and then you reel it.
Yeah, Simon, you're right. But in jute fibers, it's called ginning. But in it's called, so first over there we sort it. So first we forgot a main step is shearing. Shearing is where you take the wool out of the sheep. It's because if you don't shear, you won't be able to get any wool. Then saucering, then sorting, in which you sort the sort the hairy skin and all the hair is sorted out, and then drying. You dry it, and sorting is also you dry it, and then after that dyeing, and then reeling. These are the main
Is
steps.
it saucering or scarring?
It's saucering. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Abraham and Anaya and Simon, good work, both of y'all. And great presentation, Abraham. Well done.
Your screen is frozen,
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, your screen is frozen.
as in your video.
Then your screen is frozen, and neither we can hear you.
Oh, she left.
Mine is left. And now who's gonna go next? Is it Simeon or you?
Ma'am will decide. She has the choice system.
Okay.
You're muted.
Yeah, I was saying that ma'am will decide who'll go next. That she has a chit system. So the next chit she picks, then that person's gonna go next.
Wait, so ma'am just left, then who's recording?
The meeting is being recorded otherwise also. Just because she leaves doesn't mean it'll stop.
No, but how's it going to YouTube live?
She records it into YouTube.
She said she needed one device for recording Simeon.
Yeah, so what will happen is if she has started the recording, because she has transferred it to YouTube, the YouTube will continue doing the recording.
Hello, am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Well, we can't see you.
You can see me. Okay, let me just join in from the other device. I don't know, my network suddenly stopped. It stopped totally.
Yeah, because
Um,
your screen froze first, then your voice was gone. We couldn't
First, your
speak.
voice was gone and then your screen froze.
Yeah, man, your screen was like it was not moving after, and then you just directly logged out both your devices.
yeah, I'm still having network issue. Okay, anyways, we will begin. Okay, I'm taking the chits. Okay, I have kept aside the Abraham's chit. All right, let's start. Who's next?
Ma'am, we can't see you pick the chit.
Exactly.
You can't see me pick the chit. Okay,
Your video is off.
Your video's off.
1 minute. Can you see me now?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I have two chits here. Okay, can you see my hand? And I'm just picking one, fixing them up. Okay, I have picked one of it. Let's see. Okay, so we have Anaya.
Thankfully, I'm last.
Simeon is happy. Okay, so I'm
Ma'am,
making
it's
you the
Yeah,
going in
first.
because then I can
order.
see everybody else's presentation and see how well everybody is, and then I can be worried if I'm doing it good or not.
Okay,
Ma'am,
so
it's going in
yes,
order.
Abraham.
It's going in order. First, my topic comes Anais and then Simeon's.
It's going in order. Even the chits are going in order. See. Okay, so you can begin, Anaya. You can start presenting.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, we can see.
Okay, just give me a minute. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So My topic is synthetic fibers, and so today I'm going to show you the different types of synthetic fibers, what are synthetic fibers, and the characteristics of synthetic fibers.
The slide isn't moving, we can just hear you clicking.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I think my laptop got hanged. Yeah, can you see now? It's blank, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
blank.
Yeah, okay. So first we are going to see what are synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are man-made fibers. A synthetic fiber is a strand in which several small units are joined together. Each unit is actually a chemical substance. So synthetic fibers are actually made of chemical substances. They are not made from naturally occurring substances, as Abraham said. They're not obtained from plants or from animals. They are obtained from chemical substances. So on the right, this picture, can you see it? The, this these threads have been reeled into this into this. Yeah. So I have two examples here. Can you see it? These
Yes.
threads have been reeled into the boxes, so I have to. So if you unravel it, it'll come out. I'm quite sure you all must have seen them earlier. Either maybe your mom or maybe your grandmom or someone stitching them, using them to stitch a piece of torn cloth or something. So synthetic fibers are taken and then they are reeled into these fiber or strands. Now, as I said earlier, synthetic fibers are made from several small units. Now, many such small units come together to form a large unit called a polymer. Polymer comes from two Greek words, poly meaning many and mer meaning part or unit. So polymers are a chain of many repeating parts. Now we are going to see types of synthetic fibers, different types of synthetic fibers. The first one I am going to show you is rayon, also called artificial silk. Rayon is obtained from the chemical treatment of wood pulp. Rayon is a synthetic fiber, although it is obtained from a natural source, as mentioned above, which is wood pulp. It was invented by the French scientist and industrialist Hilaire Chardonnat. Rayon is cheaper than natural silk. It is used to make different types of clothes. For instance, it can be mixed with cotton to make bed sheets, or it can be also mixed with wool to make carpets. So on this slide, I have put a picture of rayon clothing. Okay, so this is actually this has not been made into any certain type of clothing. So for example, if you go to shops or markets or somewhere and you go to a tailor shop, for instance, and you want to buy artificial silk clothing, you will sometimes see these cloths rolled up. Okay, so the tailor takes these cloths and cuts them up and then stitches them into pieces of clothing. So this is pieces of rayon or artificial silk cloth. Now the next type of fiber we are going to see is nylon fiber. Nylon was the first completely synthetic fiber ever made. It was prepared using coal, air, and water. Wallace Hume Carothers, an American chemist and inventor, was credited with the invention of nylon. Nylon fiber was strong, elastic, lustrous, and light and easy to wash, so it became very popular for making clothes. Lustrous means shiny, it has a shining property in it. A nylon strand is in fact stronger than a steel wire. It is used for making parachutes and ropes for rock climbing. So if you take a nylon strand or a nylon thread And then you take a steel wire of the same size and the same width and thickness, and if you compare both of them or put the same amount of weights on both of them, you'll find out the nylon strand is stronger. So as mentioned above, nylon fiber was very strong, so that's why it became very popular for making clothes. It became very, very popular. Nylon is also used for making tents, socks, toothbrushes, curtains, sleeping bags, car seatbelts, etc. So on the right, I have put a picture of toothbrushes. These toothbrushes, these are made from nylon fiber. These bristles, you can see the bristles on them. This is also made from nylon fiber. So I have a toothbrush with me. Okay, so can you see it?
You
It's
have to
made.
remove your background.
Okay, just give me a minute then. Okay, yeah, now can you see it? This toothbrush I have in me.
Yes.
So this is made up of nylon. These bristles you can see in it that are used for cleaning your teeth. This is made up of nylon. As on the right, you can see a little more clearly. These toothbrushes are made of nylon. Just give me a minute. Yeah, sorry, my laptop was hanged. Okay, yeah. Now the next one we are going to see is polyester fiber. Polyester is also called polyethylene terephthalate or PET. So polyester is also called polyethylene terephthalate or PET. PET is the short form for the full form over here, polyethylene terephthalate. Fabrics made from polyester are very popular. A few polymers made from polyester are terylene. This polyester can be drawn into very fine fibers like other types of yarn. Terylene is a very popular polyester. Then there is polycot fabric. This is made by mixing cotton and polyester together. Similarly, there is also polywool fabric. This fabric is made by mixing polyester and wool together. So polyester can be mixed with other types of natural fibers such as cotton and wool to make different items of clothing. Now, then of course there is PET. This polyester is used for making bottles, utensils, wires, canoes, etc. So on this slide, I have put a picture of this plastic bottle made from PET. Now, you must be wondering that how can this bottle be made from PET, because plastic bottles are made from plastic, right? So polyester or PET, it comes from the same family as plastic. Polyester is actually a different type of plastic. So hence, when we say plastic bottles, they're actually made of PET. Then we have acrylic fibers. Acrylic fabric was invented by the DuPont Company in USA in 1948 to compete with nylon, which at that time was a very popular fiber. So as I mentioned in a previous slide, nylon was very strong and elastic, right? And it was a very good fiber. So at that time it was like very popular. People just wanted to buy clothes made of nylon or items made of nylon. They did not care much about other fabrics. So what these scientists did, these DuPont scientists, they invented acrylic fiber to compete with nylon. Now, one distinctive feature of the acrylic fiber is its burning behavior. It melts and emits acrid smoke with a sour smell. So when you burn acrylic fiber, like how sometimes people burn fibers, like synthetic fibers, to get rid of them or something. So when you burn it, It melts and it emits acrid smoke with a very sour smell. So the smoke that comes out, it has a sour smell in it. Acrylic fiber is used to make artificial wool. Clothes, shawls, and sweaters made from acrylic fiber are durable and good looking. Hence, it is more popular than natural fibers. Now, on the right, I have put this picture of a sweater made of acrylic fiber. So, as you can see, it is so this sweater is durable and it is good looking. So it is, and so acrylic fiber is actually more popular than natural fiber. Acrylic fabric is very famous in fashion and textile due to its characteristics. Now I share with you 4 types of synthetic fibers. Now we will look at some of the characteristics of synthetic fibers. Here I will show you some of the advantages of having synthetic fibers or the advantages of having synthetic fibers over natural fibers. Synthetic fibers, first of all, are durable, less expensive, and more readily available in contrast to natural fibers. They dry up quickly as they soak lesser water than natural fibers. They can maintain their shape, size, and color even after multiple washes, which makes it ideal for long-term usage. So what happens with normal clothing or natural fibers, what happens many times is, if you have just bought recently a new piece of clothing made from natural fiber, what will happen once you wash it in the washing machine a couple of times, it'll lose its color or it'll fade or it'll like shrink. But this doesn't happen with synthetic fibers. So this is one advantage synthetic fibers have over natural fibers. Synthetic fibers are also stretchable, also called elastic, and stain resistant. They shrink less than non-synthetic clothing. This is a very big advantage of synthetic fiber. It is stain resistant, so it doesn't stain easily or it doesn't get dirty easily, and it's also very stretchable or also called elastic. So on the right, I have just shown you, and also synthetic fibers can be dyed very easily, colored very easily into beautiful colors. On the right, I have shown you some ropes made of synthetic fibers. So these you can see they've been dyed yeah, they've been dyed, and it's very easy to dye synthetic fibers. Now we will see some of the disadvantages of synthetic fibers. A disadvantage of most, or in fact many, synthetic fibers is that they melt on heating. Clothes made from such fibers catch fire, melt, and stick to the body of the person wearing them. So what happens many times, so if you're wearing a clothing made of synthetic fiber, synthetic fabric, and if you're working in the kitchen or if you're near a fire or you're operating gas or something, and if you're too close to the fire, what will happen is the clothing will catch fire. It will melt and stick to the body of the person wearing it. Okay, so hence we should never ever wear synthetic clothing while operating gas or working in the kitchen or if we are near fire, because it will melt and stick to the body and it can cause great damage and a person can even be killed. Many synthetic fibers are chemically unstable and degrade or discolor after only a few months of wear. So as I mentioned above, synthetic fibers are not obtained naturally, they are synthetic. They are made from chemical substances or chemically. And so what happens many times is the synthetic fibers, they are chemically unstable, which means that the proportions of the chemicals they have in them, it's not right, or maybe it's too much, or maybe it's too less. And what happens, they become chemically unstable and degrade or discolor after only a few months of wear. They can also be harmful to the skin and cause allergic reactions. So because synthetic fibers are made from chemicals, what will happen is sometimes they can be harmful to the skin and react with the skin and cause allergic reactions, especially if you have very sensitive skin. So if you have sensitive skin, it can be harmful to the skin and can cause allergic reactions. Synthetic fibers also take a very long time to decompose and are non-biodegradable. They are also known to produce poisonous gases when burnt. This can be harmful for the environment. So what happens is when you are done using a piece of synthetic fiber or synthetic clothing and it is probably torn or it has spoiled or it is ruined and you just want to throw it. So what you do is you throw it in your dustbin. What happens is then the garbage collectors they come and throw your piece of clothing made from synthetic fabric and they put it in the landfill. Now I think you all know this, but to what happens is when things are thrown into a landfill or a landslide no landfill sorry they decompose, okay, and they mix with the dust or the soil, okay. This is called being biodegradable and they decompose easily. But synthetic fibers can take a very long time. They can take thousands of years, 500 years, or sometimes even forever to decompose, and they are called non-biodegradable. So what happens many times, because people know that this won't decompose easily and it's non-biodegradable, they take this synthetic fiber and they burn it. But what happens is when you burn synthetic fiber, because it is because it is chemically made, it can have poisonous gases. It produces poisonous gases when burnt. So and this can be very harmful for the environment. Why? Because humans and other living creatures such as animals, when they breathe in or take in this poisonous gas, they can die or they can fall very ill. Trees and plants get harmed and waters can get polluted, so people can die even of drinking that polluted water. So hence it can be very harmful for the environment. On the right, I have placed a picture of a piece of synthetic clothing that this clothing got burnt. Okay, it caught fire and got burned. So you can see over here on the corners of it how it has rotted away and it is burnt badly. So yeah, so that's why we should never wear synthetic clothing while working in the kitchen or near the fire. Yeah, so now we have gone over through the different types of synthetic fibers and we have gone through the disadvantages and advantages of and characteristics of synthetic fibers. With this, I would like to end with a thank you. I hope you have enjoyed my presentation.
I have a question. That picture you showed in the earlier slide, is it paper
Yes?
or clothing? No, the earlier one.
One minute. One minute, huh?
No, the earlier one. Yeah, this. It looks like paper. Is it paper or synthetic fiber?
No, it's synthetic fiber. It looks like paper because it has been very badly burned, but it is actually a piece of synthetic clothing. Okay, Abraham, do you have any questions?
Listen, Aya, DuPont was actually what type of company was it? DuPont?
2 point? Okay, I have mentioned it. Where have I mentioned it? 1 minute. Yeah, here, right? DuPont. Yeah, DuPont was a company in USA. So scientists used to work in DuPont, chemists, scientists, industrialists. They used to work in DuPont. So DuPont is known for producing many types of fibers and fabric. So I told you about nylon also, right? That Wallace Hume Carothers, an American scientist and chemist, invented nylon. He also used to work for DuPont only. So DuPont used to specialize mostly in synthetic fiber and other scientific fields and areas.
Yeah. And
That's what DuPont used to do.
another question is that you said that when acrylic fiber melts, it gives us a sour smell. How do you come to know that the smell is sour? Like, do you take it in and taste it, or how can you say it's sour?
Okay, so what happens is, Abraham, have you ever smelled like garbage rotting? Have you ever smelled garbage rotting, like near your home or if you're going somewhere?
Yeah.
So that is like a very bitter type of smell, right? It smells really bad. It's like that's a type of bitter type of smell, right? So over here in the sour smell, it can so you can like understand it will be sour because it'll have a kind of tangy smell in it, like a bad tangy smell or sour smell.
So it's used figuratively.
Not exactly figuratively, it's real. So I'm not exactly quite sure
Like
how
when
it
you
happens.
smell it, you'll get a sour kind of feeling,
Yeah. Like how have you? Yeah, you'll get a
sort of
sour
like a
type of
taste.
feeling. Yeah, like that.
Correct.
Okay, now I'll just ask you what some questions. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Okay, so can anyone tell me what is rayon obtained from?
Wood pulp.
Yes, it is obtained from wood pulp. Okay, can anyone tell me what was nylon made from? Um, Wallace from Carruthers, what did he make it from? Nylon. Sorry?
Coal, air,
Um,
and water.
yeah, coal, air, and water. It was obtained from coal, air, and water. Okay, one last question I have. Can anyone tell me what polymer means?
Polymer is that it's a poly means that two, and mer means a polymer is like when chemicals are arranged in a certain way, either crossing pattern or a straight pattern that they are joined together.
Yeah. Abram, sorry, what did you say? What does poly mean?
Poly means two.
And
Poly
what is
means many.
yeah, poly actually means many. And mer means part or unit. So polymers are actually many repeating
Many
parts.
repeating parts.
They are a chain of many repeating parts. But good, thank you for trying, Abraham. Yes, I'm
Okay,
done. Thank you, ma'am.
thank you, Anaya. Well done. Great presentation. Very good. And good, Simeon and Abraham, for answering the questions. So, well done. Now we will move to the last topic and Simeon's presentation. Okay, hope you're ready by now, Simeon. Let's see. And it's time for you to share your presentation.
One second.
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes, we
Yes,
can see.
yes,
Can you
but we can
zoom
see
in
the
a bit?
slideshow as well.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's full screen.
Okay, so one second. Plastics. And today I'm going to talk about plastics. And plastics are not man made, they are natural. They are a natural substance invented by scientists. So, what is plastic? Plastics are synthetic materials like bakelite or semi synthetic materials like parkesine, which are made from polymers. Due to their plasticity, they can be molded, extruded, or pressed into various shapes, like to make bottles or to make containers. Um, extruding means to actually remove suppose a container is made of metal and plastic. Extruding means to remove the plastic from the metal, and you can melt the plastic, but since metal has a higher melting point than plastic, it will not be affected while you remove the plastic, so plastic and the metal can be separated. Okay, so there are two main types of plastics. They are thermoplastics, which can be melted down repeatedly and made into new shapes or objects, and the thermosetting plastics, which are melted only once and then are formed into a particular substance. Afterwards, they cannot be melted and formed into another substance. The properties of plastics are they are lightweight, durable, and flexible, and also inexpensive to produce. So they replace many items like glass, wood, and metal since they are light or durable and don't break easily like glass. The adaptability and range of properties of plastics have led to the common use of plastic in many objects. Most plastics are derived from fossil fuel based petrochemicals such as natural gas or petroleum. But now new methods are developing plastics from renewable materials such as corn or cotton. So, who invented this plastic? In 1862, a chemist named Alexander Parks patented a material named Pakasi. It was a cheap and colorful substitute for expensive and breakable materials such as ivory or tortoise shell. Now, this ivory and tortoise shell was used for making balls in billiards. So, to replace them, because they were very expensive, Alexander Parks used Parkesine. Now he accidentally discovered this Parkesine while experimenting with nitrocellulose. So how is plastic useful? Plastics are durable and cost effective. And as I mentioned before, they often replace glass and wood since wood can wear away and glass can smash or break. Special types of plastics are melamine, which is flame resistant. Therefore, it is used for the handles of vessels used in kitchenware, so that in the heat it does not melt. Teflon is plastic that gives a non-stick surface, and this is used for cooking because the oil and water do not stick easily on it. Teflon is also kind of flame resistant but not as much as melamine since it does not melt when you're cooking. So the different plastics used in manufacturing are PET or polyethylene terephthalate. One second. See over here, polyethylene terephthalate, and it is used in cosmetic containers or food jars, etc. Also, I have a big. I don't know if you can see. Can you see?
No, you'll have to remove your filter.
One second. Let me see. Now, can you see this?
Yes, yes.
So here, I'm not sure if you can see this because this is transparent. It shows a recycling code with a number 1 in it, and it's written PET below it, or polyethylene terephthalate. Now, polyethylene terephthalate is very recyclable, and so it is very common. There is another type of polyethylene, or it's also known as high density polyethylene. Now, this has a very high density, so it is more durable than other types of polyethylene terephthalate. And It is therefore used in milk. It is therefore used in milk containers and like milk jugs, detergent bottles, and some types of grocery bags because these contain more dangerous substances sometimes, like detergent bottles. So, to keep it more securely and safely stored away, we use things like high density polyethylene. Now, another type is polyvinyl chloride or PVC. This is found in pipes, plumbing, and vinyl flooring. Now, this is not very easily recyclable, and this is also having a bit of it's made from a bit of polyester also, and this is very easily meltable, so you can easily just use it to 1 second.
Oh, why am I still co-host?
Why are you co-host? That is because I thought this sharing is only gonna work when I put you the co-host, but it's working anyways. So it's okay.
Okay, so
Listen, you can continue.
yes, so this polyvinyl chloride, like there are many YouTube channels which use this to form different items since it is very easily moldable, and so it is used in pipes, etc. Now, LDPE or low density polyethylene is the lowest, like the weakest type of polyethylene, and you can easily tear it with your hand. It is used in grocery bags and some types of food wraps. This is also not easily recyclable. PP or polypropylene is used in yogurt containers, straws, and bottle caps. These are recyclable in some areas, which means only some countries recycle them. PS or polystyrene is common in disposable cups, plates, and cutleries, which you use at parties or functions, etc. Many people do not recycle this. Okay, so I have another example of plastic. Um, so seven types of plastic is other plastic, which it's just written other because there are other types of plastic which you don't want to mention because it's not main. So in this, I don't know if you can see. Can you see?
You'll have to remove your blur, Simeon.
Oh brother.
I mean, your all your background is in blur, and you couldn't see the first example either.
Now we can see something.
Yeah. So can you see over here, like one recycling
Yes.
sign is there?
Yes.
So this is other, which means it is not a main type of plastic that you don't need a special recycling method to recycle it. Also, now this old wipes packet is made of two types of plastic. The first one is the lid, and the other one is the rest of it. So on the lid over here, I'm not sure if you can see this either. Can you see? It's written over here.
No, Simeon.
Okay, it's actually very small. So it says PP, which is polypropylene. Now it says in this chart also it is used for bottle caps and lunch boxes and ketchup bottles, etc. So that is why it is used for this. Now, Why is plastic bad? Plastic is non biodegradable or not easily decomposable, and it can take 500 years to forever to decompose. Here is a time taken for different plastics. Okay, but I want you to now just guess how much time it takes to decompose each type of plastic. So, how much time do you think it takes for styrofoam containers to decompose?
Styrofoam doesn't decompose at all. I think it takes 5 million years or something like that.
Yes, it takes about 500 to 1 million years depending on the density. So, how long do you think a plastic bag will take to decompose?
500 years.
It's actually about 10 to 20 years since it is not having so much density. How much do you think a plastic film canister will take to decompose?
About 200 years.
20 to 30 years. So, how much do you think a plastic disposable bottle will take to decompose?
That takes several years, I think.
450 to 500 years. And the fifth one, a foamed plastic boy. How much time will it take?
Can you just repeat that?
A foamed plastic boy.
A boy is like that things you throw off the boat to save something, right?
Yeah,
I think about 100 to 200 years.
80 years, but you're close. So, how much should we reduce plastic usage to actually make a real impact for the environment? So, currently, over 350 million metric tons of plastic waste is produced and thrown out per year. The goal all over the world is to reduce plastic usage by at least 50%. But without policy changes or changes in the law, etc., global plastic waste could triple by 2060, reaching about 1 billion metric tons. So, we should now here I've given a chart on how long it takes for plastic how different plastics that are used for packaging, building and construction, etc. And mostly plastic is used for packaging and not for other things so much. And now you can just see 40% of the items used for packaging is plastic. 20% in construction is plastic. 9% in vehicles and automobiles are plastic. 6% is plastic in electronic devices such as your laptops, etc. And so mainly it is used, as you can see in this chart, 59% of the global plastic is used for packaging. One second. Yeah. So, what should we do to reduce the impact of plastic on the environment? So, reduction strategies that can be used are we should decrease plastic use and manufacturing, like when you go to a store and they ask you if you want a plastic cover, you should either take that cover that time and bring another cover, or ask stores, and some stores do this, to use natural materials such as cotton bags or paper bags. Now, like I said before, plastics are labeled with codes that indicate the type of plastic and the recycling process to be used. So these codes, as I have mentioned over here are used to show different types of plastics like PET, polyethylene, terephthalate, etc. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.
Okay, thank you, Samir. You want to ask them any questions? You can ask. Or if you guys have any questions to ask Simeon, you guys can also ask him.
Ma'am, I have a few.
Yes, Abraham, you can ask him.
I had a question when you said the statement that plastic is a natural material. But how can it be a natural material when it's made from chemicals using man? I didn't understand that part.
Plastic is not natural. I didn't say that.
Yeah, you said that plastic is naturally occurring, but plastic is actually, I think, a man-made polymer.
Yeah, it's a man-made
I
polymer.
have. Okay, one second.
Yeah, it was written in your slide as well.
See, I have written here.
In the second.
So here I have shown. Um, yeah, plastics are synthetic materials.
Okay, you said it's probably written as synthetic materials, but you said that it's naturally occurring, right, Abraham? You said that, right? I think either naturally occurring or it's obtained from natural sources.
Yeah.
It is actually no. I What I said was actually, I think you got it confused. See here, at the bottom, the production of plastics is new methods are developing to plastics from renewable materials such as corn or cotton, and this is natural.
No, 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 no. I think plastics are synthetic materials. Here somewhere, you read that I think you misread it or something like that. You explained something else that plastic is obtained from natural sources.
Okay, okay, I made a mistake then. If I did, yeah. Is there any other question?
Yes. Turquoise shell is the shell of the tortoise, right?
Yes.
Next question. Cellulose is a highly flammable material. Is it true?
What did you say?
Is cellulose a highly flammable material?
I did not understand. Claimable or claimable?
Flammable, he said.
Cellulose
Okay,
is a
I
highly
have
flammable
not. I
material.
don't think I mentioned that it was flammable. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think Simon mentioned that.
I didn't mention, but he mentioned cellulose. So
No, I mentioned nitrocellulose.
another thing is, PVC is the same type of thing, like the same type of plastic you would use for a 3D printer.
For what?
A 3D printer.
3D
I
printer.
I don't think so. So wait. Yep. Polyethylene. No wait. PVC. Polyvinyl chloride. It is used in pipes, plumbing, and vinyl flooring.
Okay. And another thing is, you said a plastic flame concentrator.
A
Plastic
what?
something you said about the it doesn't take time to decompose. What was that? I could not get what you said.
Okay, I will just show it. Uh, yeah, so I say here some types of plastics are not as recyclable as other plastics.
This not this.
And then what?
It's your last line.
I think it was the quiz part, Simran,
Yeah,
where
the
you were
quiz part.
asking.
This part.
Yeah,
Film canister.
Yeah.
Film canister.
plastic film canister.
Yeah, so it takes 20 to 30 years.
Yeah, but what's a film canister?
Um, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's something to do with these. I forgot the name of it. Um, the machine that produces fresh water in your house.
I forgot.
No, that's a company. Or what does it make? I forgot that. Like the water filter.
Okay, understood.
That in that sometimes when you're like you call the people who are from the company who made it, and they will come and take out one film to clean it and remove all the impurities. So I think that's what it is.
Okay, I think it's the film that were used in old cameras. So, I mean, if you have seen old cameras,
Yeah.
there's a cylindrical reel kind of thing, a film with a black rectangular thing in which the photo is there, and then it is developed by the photographer. So that is a plastic film kind of thing, basically small cylindrical box. Okay, so that's also called a film canister. That's called a film canister. Okay, basically, Abraham, it is a small container kind of thing. Okay, very small cylindrical plastic container kind of thing. Okay,
Yeah, man, thank you. And Simeon, one more thing
okay.
is I have a question. How is plastics only used in electronic devices at 6%? Is because in every electronic device, mostly we will find a plastic like thing that is covering the device. Like you may find the speaker, you'll find some plastic in the speaker that's covering the device or that builds the mainframe up. It's because to use metal is very, very expensive and you will get shocked every time you touch the device.
Yeah, so the overall plastic used in a laptop or any electronic device, it's generally 6%. 6% of what is used to make the laptop or the phone or whatever. Like how you said, the frame, it has plastic on it. That plus the plastic inside the laptop, like for the hard drive disk and whatever else. It's all together. It's all 6% of the total amount in the laptop.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything you want to ask them, Somian?
Yes, 1 second. So, do you remember what is the semi-synthetic type of plastic?
Bakelite or something like that.
Bakelite.
Actually, it's Pakazine, which is semi-synthetic, which means it's not completely synthetic since it is made from um, nitrocellulose, and cellulose is actually kind of natural, so it's only semi-synthetic. But a completely synthetic material is Bakelite. Okay, so what kinds of new methods are used to develop plastics?
You said from the production of corn and something like that. And cotton, I think.
Yeah, from corn and cotton. And when was plastic invented?
1987.
1682. I mean 1862. And so is Teflon like non like can Teflon melt easily?
No.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Well done, Sunil, and great work, Anaya and Abraham. Good presentation, Sunil. Well done. Okay. And little correction I want to make. I was just checking how much percentage of plastic is there in the electronics. Okay, so basically it's like I checked according to the recent one, it's like 20% of it is being used in electronics. Okay. So it is amounting to 20%. Okay. Then now, so all of you all have prepared very well. Okay. Great presentations, good explanation. Great work, all of you. Now moving on to the questions. Okay. I will ask questions to you guys. So tell me, should I ask questions like alternatively or like one by one I should take?
One by one, ma'am.
One by one. Okay, so one by one we will take. And first we will start from Abraham. Okay, we will start from Abraham.
Ma'am, can I go last?
You want to go last? Okay,
Ma'am, can we do chits
so
again? Can we do chits
Yeah,
anybody
can
who
we do
wants to
chits
go
again?
first? And I
Can we do chits
Can we
again?
do chits
Chits.
again?
Chits.
chits again. Okay, we will do chits again. Just give me 1 minute. It's all fluid. Okay, so I have the chits here. Okay, hope you all can see. I have the chits here, and let's see. I have one. We have Abraham. Okay, we have Abraham. The chits want you to go first, Abraham.
It's
What
your
can I
destiny,
do?
Abraham.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so we will start with you. Okay, and first question for you, Abraham. Name any two synthetic fibers. Name any two synthetic fibers.
The two synthetic fibers are mm, uh, rayon and nylon.
Okay, rayon and nylon. All right. So, next question for you. Silk yarn are made of what? Dash. Is the fill in the blank? Silk yarn are made of dash.
Silk is made of silk, like silk. It's made of moths. Then they're cocoon silkworms, and they when they are on the mulberry tree, then they spin the cocoon. And
Mm-hmm.
yarn is made of wool from sheeps or like this
Silk yarn, Abraham.
wool.
Silk yarn is made of what? I'm talking about silk yarn. What is silk yarn made up of?
Silk yarn is made out of mulberry silkworms or that are moths. Made of silkworms.
Okay.
Ma'am, the ones that spin the cocoon and then on the mulberry tree.
Okay, I get you. Then, Abraham, explain the process of making thread from cotton fibers. explain the process of making thread from cotton fiber.
The basic process of making thread from cotton fibers is basic. First, we will yield the crop cotton by then search first, like taking out all the. We will take out the crop by hand from the field. After that, then we'll do ginning by using the comb by hand or by machines. By machines. Ma'am, can you just give me a minute, ma'am?
Sure,
I'm sorry, ma'am. That was my little sister.
it's okay, Abraham, no problem. You can continue.
Basically, when you take the cloth, so you first gain, and then you can use the machine either, or you can either use the. Then after that, you will, or you can use the hand. After that, you will like take a thread. Then after that, you will do use a charka or or a tala to spin the cloth into like thread to take spin the cotton into thread, and then you can out of the thread you can make clothes.
Out of the thread, you can make clothes. Okay. Now, last question for you. Give any three characteristics of plastics. Three characteristics of plastics.
The three characteristics of plastics is that they are durable, and then there are two types of plastics. So one of them they are durable, and then there are two types.
Mhm.
One the first type of plastic thermoplastics can be melted again and again, and the second type of plastics thermosetting can only be formed once and cannot be melted again. So they're durable. That's number one. They do not decompose easily. Upon being burned, they will produce they produce gas that is harmful for humans.
Hello. I cannot hear you, Abraham. Can you guys hear him?
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am, we could hear him.
I think it's my network. Can you repeat the last point, Abraham? First is durability. Second, you said that, what did you say? Can you please repeat the second and third one?
Depends on the types of plastics that are there. One type
Mm-hmm.
upon melting, one type of plastic can be melted again and again. And another type
Mm-hmm.
of plastic can like basically it doesn't get discarded easily. It takes a long time to decompose or can never decompose.
Long term to decompose or can never decompose. Okay. So,
Some of
all
them can
right.
even be flammable or not. And the characteristics are that upon how much broad weight you use, you can bend it easily. So you get the stronger this, it's very strong. Plastic is very strong.
Yeah, just a minute.
And ma'am, it's very ductile. Ma'am, can I say it again?
We can't hear you.
Can I say it again?
No, not you. We can't hear the teacher.
Exactly.
Can you guys hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
All right. That is great.
Ma'am,
Answer.
can I say it again?
Yes, Abraham. You can say it again.
The first thing is that plastics are durable. Second is that it's heat resistant. And third is that it's resistant to electricity.
Okay. All right. So good work, Abraham. Now we'll see who's next. Okay. 1 minute. Where is Abraham's sheet? Okay, here it is. So I have Simeon and Naya's. One.
I was closing her eyes and picking it.
Yeah, I was closing my eyes and picking it. So I have Anaya's.
Why is it going the same order?
Yeah, even in the presentation, I was last, and now also I'm last. And when Abraham wished to be last, he became first.
I don't know why is it going in the same order. Even I don't know. If I knew that it would go in the same order, I would have told Hadix to pick the chits so that it gets in a different order.
What if he picked the same order?
I don't know. Then that's definitely destiny for you guys. And that's definitely God telling y'all to go in order
Wait, ma'am, try picking the chits again.
again.
I want to
Okay.
see the likelihood of it getting picked at the
I'll
same.
only go second, but let's see the likelihood.
I will fold it smaller. And I will close my eyes also.
Shake it
Okay.
first, ma'am.
I have folded this small and I'll shake it and then close my eyes and then I'll throw it on the table and from the table I'll pick it up. Okay. I close my eyes and throw. Okay. So I have one. Okay. And let's check. Anaya. No way.
This is definitely destiny.
It is. It sure is.
Wait, ma'am, I have a
So
question, ma'am. Ma'am, the way you pick the chits up, ma'am, why do you shake it in your hands? Maybe the chits got stuck to your hands because of the gravity, and then when you threw it on the floor, it didn't. It like just jumbled up, and the one you picked came on higher.
they didn't stuck on my hands. Okay, they were moving around in my hands. And just a minute.
I think she shook it so it'll come in a different order.
I shifted it. I didn't shift it.
No, you shook it so it comes in a different order.
Comes in a different order, maybe possible. But what we will do is we will take Anayas and then we'll take Simeon's, okay? Because it's coming that way anyway. Next time we will
Put
start
Simeon first.
put Simeon first. We can do a reverse order. We can do a reverse order. from
But ma'am,
Simeon.
why will I always have to be middle?
Then we keep Abraham in the middle or last, we'll see. Okay. So, okay, let's begin with Anaya's questions. Okay. Now, Anaya's first question. The process of removing grease, dust, and dirt from sheared skin with hair is called.
Scoring. I don't know. Scouring. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Yes, that's right, Anaya. Okay, next one. Caterpillar can completely cover itself by silk fibers and turns into dash.
It turns into pupa.
Pupa.
Oh,
Okay,
cocoon. Cocoon. Sorry, cocoon. Cocoon.
okay. Third question.
Into a silk moth.
Um, Simi, no interruptions. Wait until your turn. Okay. Yes, Anand. Next question. Give two examples of thermoplastics.
Um, Thermoplastics. Is it melamine and big light?
Melamine and bakelite. You want to try answering this, or you want to give any other type of plastic?
Sorry?
Um, you can try this or try if you want to try anything else. You can do that. It's up to you. Not telling the answer right now.
Um, yeah, I think that's these two only.
Melamine and bakelite. Okay.
Or Teflon, no, not big light, sorry, Teflon.
Melamine and Teflon. Okay. So now last question for you. What are the stages involved in the process of wood processing? Wool processing.
Wool processing, ma'am.
Yes.
Um, it's similar to something how sheep this thing is processed.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
sheep,
That is the process
that is the
of
process, right, ma'am?
yes, that is
Um, yeah. So it's shearing. First, the it gets sheared. Then it gets cored and it is cleaned and the dust and the grease is removed from the fur. Then it is um, it's drying. Then it's dyeing or coloring it, dyeing, and then the final one is the reeling.
really okay. So all right, good Anaya. Good. All right. So next we will move on to Simeon. Okay, next time Simeon will take you first. Okay. So let's move forward.
Ma'am, I got an
Now
idea for
first,
the
So
next step.
basically, next time you're not going to use a chit.
if it comes in an order, I'm not going to use chips.
Ma'am, I got an idea, ma'am. Next time, ma'am, we can use a online spinner.
Online spinner. Okay, we'll try using an online spinner next time.
And if you want, I can make it.
You can make it. Okay, you can make and keep it ready. All right. Okay, so that's good idea. Thank you, Abraham. Yes, Amian. Now, first question for you. Give any two characteristics of synthetic fibers.
Two characteristics of what?
Synthetic fibers.
They melt easily when you go near a hot substance like a kitchen near a fire, and they will melt and stick to your body. And also, when you it melts, it produces an acrid sour smell.
Okay. All right. So next
No,
question for
not
you.
when it melts, when it burns.
When it burns. Okay. Next question. What does a common silk moth eat?
Huh?
What does a common silk moth eat?
Um, I think they eat mulberry leaves.
Okay. Next question. Next question for you. Give two harmful effects of plastics on the environment.
Um, they ruin the soil, so plants cannot be easily grown there, and they can produce poisonous gases in the air when burnt, etc.
When burned. Okay. And last question for you, Simran. Explain how silk fiber is obtained from silk moths. How silk fiber is obtained from silk moths.
So first they let the moth go out, and then they will soak this water. Each fiber unravels from the cocoon, and then they spin this into silk thread and use it.
Okay. All right. So we are done with the
Is
questions.
that all?
That is all. Yes. Four questions for all of y'all. Okay.
Excuse me,
And
ma'am.
yes.
Will you be sharing the results in class or will you send it on the group?
Will I be sharing the results in class? Results are almost done. Just a few things here and there I have to check, and then I'll finalize it. Okay. So
By when will you send it?
by when will I send it? I'll try to send it by today. Most probably today.
When, I mean, how are you going to check it? Like, didn't we already finish presenting?
Did you guys have already finished presenting? So I checked it in the middle of the class. Okay, like I have checked it in the middle of the class. I'll show you a little glimpse of it. You can see I have put some scores. Okay, I have put some scores there, but some scores I will go through them again. Okay, like I'll check again. I'll go through the live and I'll see if Simeon said the natural occurring and that thing I'll clarify. Okay,
Ma'am,
once.
Simeon did say that. I replayed the video and I heard it.
Okay, so it happens. Like it's okay, Simeon. Sometimes it happens. I know the concept is clear with you. Okay, so I'll go through it.
Mark's going to be removed for that.
No,
Marks will
no.
remove for that. I think probably not. Okay, or maybe a little, but not too much. Okay, I'll see and decide. I'll see and decide. If I am deducting also, I will not like deduct a lot of marks for that. Okay, because I know that the concept is clear with you and you have written it correct in the presentation. So, like in saying mistake might be there a little bit. So I'll see if what I'll do. Okay, but for the questions, I'll tally the marks right now and I'll put it. Is this YouTube link for the class Abraham? Okay, that's the link for the spinning wheel he made.
Oh, I thought he had sent the YouTube link for the class because he was co-host.
What's spinning wheel?
Spinning wheel is
Oh, to use
basically
instead of the chit.
yes, to use it instead of straight. Exactly. Exactly. That's the wheel. And we'll stop the class here. Okay, we'll see the 2 hours and we'll stop here.
Ma'am,
Okay,
one
and
question.
share the scores. Yes, Abraham.
Ma'am, one question.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Ma'am, I mistakenly on the textbook has a lot of grammatical errors. So if I'm copy pasting from the textbook, then there's extremely a lot of grammatical errors. Like that sometimes two words joined together, or there's yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
Or
saw
there's,
Abraham.
where there's jute, the person has put cotton.
Mm-hmm. I saw the grammatical errors, Abraham. Okay. And you want to ask if I will deduct marks for that? That you want to ask? A little bit I can deduct, okay? Little bit marks I can deduct, but not too much. Okay. Same for you as well. But yeah, a little bit I can deduct because you can correct it. Those grammatical mistakes, grammatical errors. Okay. Correct those. And yes, and I want to ask something.
You can finish with Abraham, then I'll ask.
Okay.
And ma'am,
All
should
right.
we send your presentation so you can look through them?
Yes. Abraham, you can correct the errors, and all of you all, please share your presentations in the group, okay? So that all of you can go through each other's presentations as well. Okay, you can send it in a PPT or a PDF form in the group. Okay, so sir will be going through it as well. So yes, Amy.
No, nothing. I just thought who is sir, and then I realized.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am,
All
I have a question. I had a question.
yeah.
Yeah, my screen got hanged a few times because my laptop's not working too well. So you saw it got hanged a few times. So and I slowed down a little bit. Our marks can be deducted for that.
Marks will be deducted for that? No, marks will not be deducted for the laptop.
Will marks be deducted if you speak too fast?
If you speak too fast,
That's clarity, right, ma'am?
that's clarity. Yes, that's clarity. Okay, but Sibyl, for me, you were clear, and no for Anaya or Abraham.
No, because I felt like I was going too fast.
You felt like you were going too fast. You tell me, Anaya,
Was
Abraham.
a little fast, but yeah, it's fine.
Understandable.
Ma'am,
Okay. Yes, Abraham.
are marks going to be deducted if you forgot the thank you slide?
If you forgot the thank you slide, no, no marks will be deducted. Forget the thank you slide. You said thank you again.
Abraham, are you saying that because me and Simeon put it?
I was supposed to put a thank you slide, but with the rush and the hurry, I completely forgot.
It's okay, Simran. You don't